and adding slightly to the cargo of the jangada. He and the family received an excellent reception from the principal authorities of the town, the commandant of the place, and the chief of the custom-house, whose functions did not in the least prevent them from engaging in trade. They even entrusted the young merchant with a few products of the country for him to dispose of on their account at Manaus and Belem. The town is composed of some 60 houses, arranged on the plain which hereabouts crowns the river-bank. Some of the huts are covered with tiles, a very rare thing in these countries, but, on the other hand, the humble church, dedicated to St. Peter and St. Paul, has only a roof of straw, rather more appropriate for a stable of Bethlehem than for an edifice consecrated to religion in one of the most Catholic countries in the world. The commandant, his lieutenant, and the head of the police accepted an invitation to dine with the family, and they were received by Joam Garral with the respect due to their rank. During dinner, Torres showed himself more talkative than usual. He spoke about some of his excursions into the interior of Brazil, like a man who knew the country. But in speaking of these travels, Torres did not neglect to ask the commandant if he knew Manaus, if his colleague would be there at this time, and if the judge, the first magistrate of the province, was accustomed to absent himself at this period of the hot season. It seemed that in putting this series of questions, Torres looked at Joam Garral. It was marked enough for even Benito to notice it, not without surprise, and he observed that his father gave particular attention to the questions so curiously propounded by Torres. The commandant of San Pablo d'Olivença assured the adventurer that the authorities were not now absent from Manaus, and he even asked Joam Garral to convey to them his compliments. In all probability the raft would arrive before the town in 7 weeks, or a little later, say about the 20th or 25th of August. The guests of the fazender took leave of the Garral family toward the evening, and the following morning, that of the 3rd of July, the jangada recommenced its descent of the river. At noon they passed on the left of the mouth of the Yacurupa. This tributary, properly speaking, is a true canal, for it discharges its waters into the Isa, which is itself an affluent of the Amazon. A peculiar phenomenon, for the river displaces itself to feed its own tributaries. Toward 3 o'clock in the afternoon the giant raft passed the mouth of the Yandiatuba, which brings its magnificent black waters from the southwest, and discharges them into the main artery by a mouth of 400 meters in extent, after having watered the territories of the Culino Indians. A number of islands were breasted: Pemequeira, Caturia, Chico, Motachina, some inhabited, others deserted, but all covered with superb vegetation, which forms an unbroken garland of green from one end of the Amazon to the other. End of chapter 14.